we decided to talk about domestic violence, to see what people think and what their views are and what they know, different cultural experiences, and so yeah, this is basically a topic that's very sensitive, and we hope that we are covering people's sensitivities. We're not here to offend anybody or to simplify domestic violence, but I think it's a conversation that needs to be had, and I think more women need to talk about it, and I hope people learn from it.
Okay.
You know?
Alright, well, it is definitely a sensitive topic. Has anybody here been exposed to domestic violence? Not necessarily for yourself personally, if you don't want to talk about it, that's fine, but know firsthand that somebody next to you do?
I know many people who suffer domestic violence, and you know, the repercussions of it in terms of how it's affected them, their community, their children. So for me, it is a very important topic to talk about, because there's a lot of good that comes out of women talking up about domestic violence, but there are also some things that happen sometimes that make women not come back and report domestic violence because of the way it's being handled with the police and social services.
Yeah.
So for example, if a woman gets attacked by her partner and she contacts social services and her children are present, then it becomes a child's at risk situation.
Yeah.
So the police they have to then, with a police car and there's children, they have to then contact social services.
Yeah, so the child gets removed from
Not
them.
always removed, but what then happens is the mother is then having to decide between the father and the children.
Yeah.
And obviously at the end of the day, I never advocate for a woman to stay in domestic violence, but the situations are always black and white.
Yeah.
And so what then happens if the woman does take back her partner, she then becomes vulnerable, because if she's attacked or assaulted again, she takes it. She takes the beats because she doesn't want to lose her children.
Okay, so what are some of the reasons why women go back to their partners even though they're being abused?
I feel like I know quite a few people that have experienced domestic violence. I think a lot of it is psychological, and it's a lot of, even if it's not physical abuse that's happening, a lot of the psychological abuse is the one that actually makes people stay more so. So it's kind of that way, if you're physically hit, you're more inclined to leave somebody. But the most damaging, I would say, from my own opinion, is that it's a psychological abuse.
So more like verbal abuse will come under.
Well, verbal abuse with obviously swear words and whatever, and just the way they speak to you, but also manipulation of of your situation, like lowering your self-esteem, because when you're in a domestic, you're in an abusive relationship, be it from a woman to a man or a man to a woman, more time it is about manipulating the other person and bringing them down and bringing down their self-esteem, so that they can't leave you. So they feel that you are there for them and nobody else will want you.
I definitely want to touch on empowering women more, but one of the questions I do have to ask is, how do you become privy as your friends, because you're not yourself going through it, how do you become privy to this information that your family member or your friend is being abused? How do you know?
Sometimes the signs are there because people's personalities change. Obviously physically you see bruises. I think it's really important if you're a friend to just listen, offer them support. It's not the best method to say to someone to leave, because like the sister said, a lot of the times the person's been broken down mentally way before they started to get physically hit, so their self-esteem is really, really low, and you ask why do a lot of women stay. I think finances plays a role, housing plays a role. A lot of women put their children first, and they don't want to take their father away from the children. And some women, it's just the first time, and again, I'm not advocating staying, I'm just giving the reasons and why women stay. Sometimes a husband or a boyfriend could attack you and they say it's never going to happen again, but right now social services are involved and so on and so forth. So you kind of sometimes regret calling the police because you called the police because you want him out of the home and you wanted him to not do that again. Now it's become a really big situation and a big issue in terms of the fact now you're investigating. Because now social workers coming to you, you're having to prove that your child is okay, and it's added stress because you're already gone through the domestic violence. I know that for a fact from women I know. So the stress of having social services
Would you, as a Muslim woman, go to the authorities, or would you go to, from my understanding, you have a separate person that you can go to with like some sort of domestic...
The issue for me in terms of going to the imam or going to the sheikh, it's good, you should. They have no powers.
Right.
Herein lies the problem.
All right.
So if we were in Islamic state or Sharia governed law, you will go to the qadi, you will go to the judge, and you will give your complaint. He will then investigate, and if he's found guilty, he will then be punished. Now, the problem we have now is we do have imams and we do have sheikhs, and the sheikh can say to the husband, don't hit her again, but there's no power. There's nothing you can do, which is why women now are calling the police. Now, I would advocate that any woman who was suffering domestic violence to call the police. I know probably a lot of people disagree with me, but at the end of the day, this is the situation. Go to the sheikh. I'm not saying you shouldn't, but if you're being physically harmed, call the police. It's my personal opinion.
I feel like, so from your opinion as well, from your standpoint, it's like one of, if a woman's in a relationship, marriage or whatever, with children, but it actually also happens to young teenage girls and men as well. It often starts in your first relationship because you're not really sure how to have a relationship, you're not really sure how to treat the other person, and I feel like a lot of teenagers are exposed to domestic, you would call it domestic because even if it's called domestic, even if it's not in the house kind of thing, it's between two people. They're exposed to domestic violence from early ages, but without the knowledge of that's what it is. So I'm not sure if anyone remembers seeing a TV advert talking about that, the advert was about young teenagers that were being in abusive relationship, and it was trying to like make them aware of what you shouldn't, you don't have to put up with that. That's what we should be in. I think the way that we can overcome domestic abuse is by teaching our children and the young of the signs of it and how you treat other people, basically. Because then I don't think it will go into anything else from that. Does that make sense?
No, of course.
They won't accept it. Yeah. They'll be able to recognise
straight away
this is abuse.
And it's always a little thing as well when it comes to it. It might be something like him saying, so I talk from a woman's point of view, so it might be as if I was to go out and him saying, oh, you're looking a bit fat in that or whatever. From comments like that.
Is that domestic abuse though?
So this is the thing, it's all part and parcel. Like it's comments like that can grow. If he's got the confidence enough to give you a negative without giving you a positive, you shouldn't be in that relationship. Does that make sense? Like if my partner, boyfriend, husband, whatever, said to me, I look fat in something, I would prefer and expect somebody that I'm with to actually give me a more positive way of doing that, rather than taking and building, like pulling me down, building me up, saying, you know what, that doesn't make you look that good, or something to that effect, you know, like actually being more positive with it, be like, you're better looking than that dress makes you, or something, you know, rather than saying you are this and dragging you down internally kind of thing. So it's little things like that, and like pulling on your self-esteem that other people can do, that I feel this is like really important that you should teach from young.
Education's really important. And if you ever went on a domestic violence course, you will see there's like a graph that will show you signs of what domestic violence is, and one is controlling, when a man controls you, controls your friends, wants to know who you're speaking to, demoralises you, demeans you, puts you down. And so these normally come before the violence. So it's important that our young females, even males as well, because it can happen, it's rare, but it does happen where it's female or male domestic violence. It's important that the women and the young females see that and see the signs and can then come out of the relationship or get counselling, because sometimes a man doesn't know that his behaviour is domestic violence or is bad. He just, maybe it's his culture, maybe he saw his mum and dad behaving that way and then he thinks that's normal. I just want to clarify one thing about social services. I don't think that social services shouldn't be involved in looking after the children. It's very, very important that they are involved if there is domestic violence, because the mother has a responsibility to her children. I'm just saying that they need to tweak it and trying to kind of like sort of look into it and see a way of helping the mother to maybe fix the situation, end the relationship without making her look like the villain. Because what happens then is women will go underground and accept domestic violence. But I do think that the mother has a responsibility for her children, because even if the man isn't hitting hitting the children, they are witnessing their mum getting attacked, and it does affect the children, especially young males.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not promoting social services because I don't really care for them that much. But isn't the point to look after the child is the first priority? So regardless of the mother or the father, we're going to prioritize the child and then find out the situation or what the circumstances is, and then we perhaps give the child back to the mother. But we're gonna first.
They don't remove them from the whole immediately. No. What it is, I think there's so much strain put on the woman at the beginning. She's dealing with domestic violence, and now she's got a social services investigation as well. It can be really, really, really overwhelming, because then she no longer focuses on the issue that she's got with her partner. It's about keeping her safeguarded, keeping her children with her. So I'm just saying it's really, really overwhelming. I've seen it happen to women, you know, and I've seen the fact that when they have taken back the partner, they're taking him back secretly, and when maybe she is suffering domestic violence and the children are witnessing it, she's not going back to talk about it, so the children are suffering more.
Alright.
Do you understand? So I'm just saying they need to tweak it. And see it a way of not making the woman feel like she's going to lose her children when she calls the police. That's what I'm saying.
And just going back to the education thing, about educating young people about domestic violence, one of the things that, like you were saying, the different things, like the list of different things, like one of the things in particular is the controlling behaviour. So asking where they are, keeping the tabs on your girlfriend and boyfriend when you're young and stuff like that. A lot of the time, young men and women maybe think it's like it's a good thing. Like
he's
they're
jealous,
like,
he loves me.
Exactly, like oh he cares, like that kind of thing.
That's very toxic.
Yes.
Very toxic.
Yeah, completely. One of the things in particular is women thinking that oh, sorry, you know what, I forgot. Women thinking that by him watching where you are all the time and this kind of thing,
being concerning,
as if it like he loves me, you know. That's him showing that he loves me, when rather it's really not. To be fair, I've actually been in that situation. I thought from the messages that I was getting and where I wanted to know that he was constantly wanting to talk to me, and I thought, oh, he really, really likes me. But it actually turned out that he was just trying to keep tabs on where I was, who I was with, and all those kind of things. So it's little signs like that I feel like it's very important to teach young people.
Did you speak to anyone?
No, it turned into an absolute disaster, unfortunately. But
so who can we turn to if we have?
You know, there is a lot of, you know what, I just feel people don't want to talk about it. I think when you
what's the sense of talking about it if there's nothing gonna be done about it?
But I feel like you want it done, but there's embarrassment with it, and I feel men get that. Men get that a lot. Hence why we say, oh, it's not. We say it's not. What did we just say about the men thing? We said it's not. It's rare. It's not rare.
Common,
That's the thing. It's not
Men
rare.
don't talk about anything.
They just don't talk about it. So it happens a lot to men, but they don't talk about it, or they don't know that the signs are happening. They might just be like, oh, my girlfriend's psycho, my wife's a bit psycho, or my ex is psycho, when really they were in a controlling relationship, an abusive relationship, and it changes them. It actually affects them. But they'll put it down to the woman just being crazy. But no, you actually experienced something that was toxic. If you don't want to use this word too.
I think a lot of people don't realise that a lot of men who are violent are masters of manipulation. And a lot of the times they know how to manipulate the woman and make her feel like it's her fault. If she didn't behave the way she behaved, he wouldn't do that. And a lot of the men that are like this are really good 80% of the time. So he's romantic, he's nice, he's attentive, he'll take you out, buy you things, and this is a part of their manipulation. So a lot of the times the woman, she's really, really in love with this man. And then she will blame herself, and this is why a lot of women stay, because they're addicted to the good. And so when the bad comes, you know, you fight it with the good. It takes sometimes a woman many, many years, and maybe support from her friends, and maybe counselling, to come to the decision and to the conclusion that he doesn't love you, and this isn't normal, and it's not right. And that's what they want. So I think also there's a lot of stigma on women that stay. You know, like when I used to have conversations with my friends, even my younger self was like, later, when I hit you, you should leave. Why would your woman stay? She's an idiot. Why is she staying with him? You know what I'm saying? So a lot of women have that, also that opinion on other women. So I think what we need to understand is the psychology behind women that are in domestic violence, and now you have to treat them with kid gloves. You can't just come to a woman that's suffering domestic violence, that's been suffering it for years, and say, do you know what, leave him. Yeah, you got to, you know, she needs to have a lot of support. Going back to what you're saying, but she's got to suck an alcoholic. The first step is saying I'm an alcoholic. She's got to accept that she's in a domestic violence situation and that she needs help. If she doesn't accept it, it's going to be almost impossible for you to get. Because I've got a friend who was viciously, physically and sexually assaulted by her partner. She took him to jail, he'd done the sentence, and when he came back, she went back with him. Do you understand me? And it's that mentality that he loves me. Do you understand me? He still wants me. And I'm like, okay, but you try in your utmost best. Like so the issue is she needs to come to that conclusion that he doesn't love you. He's also ill. He's unwell. He needs help, and you need to walk away for yourself for the sake of your child. Do you not want to say anything?
I think domestic violence is more of an issue within families, so not just the parents but the children too. So it could be that the wife's being abused by the husband and she knows she should get out of that toxic relationship, but she's thinking about her children, so she's placing her children first. She's placing them on a pedestal, so she might stay in that relationship with her children even though she knows it's very toxic towards her. So we need to tackle that issue as well. Since the children are also witnessing how their mother is being abused, and it's very toxic towards them when they grow up, especially her sons. They might also think that's okay, and then they'll start, treating their wives like that. So it's like it's a cycle, it's a vicious cycle.
I don't feel like men actually turn around and go, you know what, I think it's okay. I feel like when they're exposed to domestic abuse as children, women and men, when they're exposed to it, I don't ever think that they ever grow up and then go, you know what, it's okay, I'm going to do it to somebody else, I'm going to do it to my wife. I think that's ever the intention. It's just been ingrained. So it's a psychological from younger that they end up like copying and mimicking that behaviour the same way that you would go, oh, you know what, I start sounding like my mum. My mum often goes, oh, I sound like my mum when I say that. And you don't mean to.
It's a way of expressing yourself.
Exactly. There's no intention to go.
People say that he abused abuse. So but that doesn't relate to everybody. There are some people that grown up in very decent homes and they're just controlling. In terms of, I think the question is, where would a woman go? Like after she knows and she accepts what's happening to her, she can go to a women's refuge. That's through going to the police. So there are lots of women refuges. Most communities now have programs and facilities for domestic violence, the Asian community, the black community, which is different from like 20, 30 years ago, where that wasn't there. So, there is a lot of support if you want it. There's counselling, there's psychotherapy, but again, it all goes back down to the woman wanting to accept the help and to wanting to walk away from that situation. And I think a lot more needs to be said and discussed about it, because in the Muslim community it was a taboo to leave your husband if he hit you. Like my mum's generation, it was seen as normal. If your husband hit you, it's normal. It's just difficult. But in my generation and my children's generation, we've changed that narrative because that's a cultural thing. It's not a religious thing. It's a cultural thing where the man was accepted. It's no longer accepted that a man beats his wife, or vice versa. Because you do get women, like you said, who think it's okay if their man was on social media liking a picture that she can slap him in the face or scratch his face down, and that's accepted. That's domestic violence as well. That's domestic violence in a man. Like she said, oh, my woman's crazy, my woman's weird, she'll flip out on you. That's domestic violence. You should never hit somebody because you don't like their behaviour.
The raising your hand to somebody is just not acceptable, no matter what the situation is. That's basically it. Like, no matter what the situation is not acceptable. I feel like a lot of people, a lot of women, one thing that's quite difficult as well is, especially with the manipulation game, not a lot of people are going to believe that this man, especially friends and family, could do something like that. Or even a woman, like everyone knows of her, they know that they're a good person. Like, no, he's like a really nice guy, he's funny and all this kind of stuff. So for her to turn around and go, you know what, actually he's been beating me, is that way of not knowing that, not thinking that anyone's going to believe you as well, because everyone loves him, so loved, so adored. But then usually that's the art of a person of the
manipulation.
Exactly, they know how to manipulate people.
Yeah.
Please, no. Most of what you say about domestic violence and violence and the acceptance of it, it all, for me, comes down to the lack of emotional intelligence. I don't know whether anyone knows what that is and how it works. But if you love yourself, then you're not going to accept violence in your life. You won't accept it for yourself, and you're not going to accept it for your children, and you're not going to accept it for anyone. But you have to first of all know through your emotions that it's not acceptable to control or hurt or harm you. So I don't know, I can't remember where this started, the discussion, but I'm just going to say that if we teach ourselves about emotional intelligence and we use those tools in all our relationships, then violence will end. It will not be a feature, and our children won't have to survive it because they will not know it as part of their everyday existence. And I think that's the key, really. Most people I'm a survivor of domestic violence, I'm a survivor of abuse, and how did I survive it? I mean, everyone's different, and it's not a question of saying that how I survived it means that that's the only way. But it was through using emotional intelligence, it was through using those skills. That means that I'm not exposing my children to domestic violence. I try to be non-violent in the way I speak as well. It's really important. Anyway,
how did you do yourself to come out? How did you find the strength to come out of domestic violence?
Well, right, okay. So this is quite difficult because it means, first of all, I have to tell you that I went to a very low place where you don't really like yourself. You don't actually know who you are. But then, what kept me going was a few things: music, singing. I sing. God has gifted me with a voice, so it has meant that not only if I use that as a tool, I heal myself, but also other people around you, you heal those people too. So the answer is you have to go to a place almost where it's so uncomfortable, where you really feel as if there is nothing, no hope. But then there is hope, because the next day you get up and there is something to live for. So, and honestly, it's a practice. There's no overnight. It's not a cure. It's not instant. It's a lifelong thing. And affirmations were quite important. So you have to affirm to yourself that I am the best version of myself today, and tomorrow I'm the best version of myself. And every day you build yourself that way. And then I often liken this to a window shop. What I put in my window shop, I want to attract the right kind of people. So if I accept violence, then that's what's going to come to me. But I don't. And if I don't give off if I'm not violent myself in my speech, in my manner, then what should I attract will be that. So I don't know if that answers your question, but it's every day affirming that I am the best possible version of myself.
Was it something that you really cared for? Started abusing?
Oh, look, long history. I was in care and was abused in that system. And then when you're vulnerable like that, what happens is other people who want to control.
Do you think people pick up on vulnerability? Do you think that people people pick up on vulnerable vibes?
Yes, they do.
Because they say women.
So that's where so you attract. Is what I was saying. The law of attraction is very real. So if you are vulnerable, or if you are going to attract the thing that will control you. So that's why it's really important to understand that we are more powerful than we actually believe. We are much more powerful.
I feel like with the attraction, I totally agree with you on that. I also think what women shouldn't do, men, women, or people that have actually experienced domestic violence, I don't think they should tell their new partners about their old domestic violence. So? No, because I think it opens that window to say you were vulnerable. So you do have that. They know, I feel like what happens is a lot of women, I'll speak on women from a woman's point of view, you go from one violent relationship to the next, to the next, to the next, if you haven't dealt with it properly, but what that is yeah, you are attracting the negative, I imagine, but I also think when you tell somebody, when you tell a man that you've went through that, he also sees you in a different light, as in he can control you. Not all men, because some will actually look after you and protect you and whatever, and and make sure you never go through that again. But there's a lot of chances, and I just feel that's not something you should ever like really kind of put out in the beginning of a relationship, because it can actually open the door for it to happen again. From my own.
It's about domestic violence and surviving that. Can I just one point and I'll go away?
Go for it.
It's really important not when you are vulnerable, when you are trying to move through your experience, that you don't enter a relationship. That you don't.
Yeah.
Because you're not ready for that relationship. You have to love yourself. So it's really important to actually say, I don't have to have a relationship. And most people feel that they must be in some sort of relationship, because that's what society tells us that that's it. But actually, be on your own. Know thyself first. And that's what happens then, is, as I say, you allow yourself to heal. You allow yourself to use whatever tools are available to you to heal yourself. And then once you've done that, you attract the best type of person. You will not have someone who is violent or controlling or anything. You attract what you give out. So I hope today that I've given off love. And that's really what I want to do.
May I ask you one question though? Did you use any... Sorry, go for it. You first, there we go.
Do you think it's possible to heal yourself without getting any external help?
Of course.
Counselling?
One of the things that's really important about the way in which society teaches us, they say the solutions are outside of you. You have to go to a doctor, you have to go to this,
You have to take those tablets.
And they never, yes, take pills, do that. Whereas I say, no, every answer that you have to any problem that you have is in here. You just have to sit with yourself and you will find that answer. So no, I actually think it is possible. I say I'm living proof. I stand here, I am living proof that you do not have to go to a psychologist, psychiatrist. But if you do want to, that's your choice.
Yeah.
For me, that's not what was the relevant thing. So it is possible, but you have to love. You really do have to love yourself.
Yeah, I think that's the main point. Like, is loving yourself is very important. When you go to therapies, there's all different types of therapies, and I think one people need to understand about therapy if they haven't been before is that therapy, like the actual therapist can't tell you, not legally allowed to tell you what to do, how to do something, or how to think. They literally just sit with you and make you think about the situation. So then you technically are only doing it yourself. It's with their input and so on and so forth if you go for that way. But another thing with therapy, and one thing that I feel that's very good about therapy, is that you can learn skills. And when I talk about education, these are the skills that we need to teach our children in school. These are the skills, like mental health skills, is about how to have interpersonal relationships. It's the most important.
We are talking about something. I started this by saying emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
I end it by saying the same thing. We have to give those tools to our children.
Yes.
They will be the biggest help for their mental health. We have too many children now who do not have any idea how to regulate their emotions.
Exactly.
No idea. And so we must give them the tools. Give them the tools.
So we don't have that within our homes at the moment, we'd say. We don't have that completely, so that's why we're introducing within the community to have this. But if you don't go and use the tools that the community are giving you, you're going to have to be forced to do it alone.
Well,
not forced necessarily.
Doing it alone is actually better.
Okay.
Because then you own it. It becomes you. It becomes who you are. When it isn't like that, it means it can be lost. Now, I work in a field. I won't tell you what it is, but I work in a field where I see this all the time. People are given therapy. They're given this and they're given that. And the moment they're in that bubble, fine. The moment the bubble is taken away, they fall down. That can't work. You have to own it. You have to retain it. It becomes you. You walk as it, and then it's never lost. That's when you're able to give it to your children. That's when you're able to give it to
How about the women that have been beaten down so much, years and years and years of abuse, that they literally lose themselves? Do you not think that? Because, like, mashallah, it's good that you found the strength to fight it yourself. But there are some women that don't have that strength, that need someone to come in, but they can't find it within themselves.
We all have that strength. We do. As I say, sometimes you have to go to the lowest point. And then you have to come up. And if you don't come up, then you will die.
Some don't, exactly.
No,
die.
Some die. So when that death, it's not a physical death, right? It's an emotional death. And that's worse in some senses because you're physically walking along on the planet, but you're not really living. But it is possible for everyone. When you are
I know it's possible, but how about the women that don't have that strength to pull themselves out and then consequently end up dead?
You know what? I feel it's because you don't get that. You don't get given that. So I feel like you had to go through something. And I know a lot of people, again, with therapy and all that kind of stuff, you have to do the first step and go, I need help or whatever. But that's what happens is because you don't know to take that first step, you end up stuck. So you end up with no help, not knowing that there's things out there that can actually help you and liberate you, or even know that your own self can liberate. You can liberate yourself.
Sometimes I always talk about seeds and dropping seeds. Sometimes people are not ready to actually. Some people are not ready to actually help themselves. But if you leave the seed, so I'll go in an environment and I'll talk about this, and I'll leave my card or I'll leave my leaflet, and the person's not receptive. But what happens is that they do become receptive at the time when it's ready for them. So my point is that everyone can do this. It's only when you're ready to do it that it becomes easy. Not easy. It becomes doable. Because there's no point in saying to a person, because again, from my experience of work, when they're in that environment, they're experiencing it, you can tell them a whole heap of stuff. You can say it's not right, this is what you need to do. They're not going to do it because they're not ready. When they're ready, it becomes a lot easier for them to take that step. And I'm going to go now. Thank you very much.
No worries.
So I've got a question for the sister girls here.
This is very new and all ladies meeting up here.
At what point do you guys feel a person should intervene on the outside? For example, call the police if you're a neighbour. At what point do you think a person's within their rights to intervene? You call the police, call social services? And do you think it's okay?
Can I just say mind your business? But
you know what? I do
honestly.
You're next door and you're hearing someone
Honestly,
smacked up.
Like the sister said over there, you really do need to be able to be the one. I would love to, but imagine it's not what I assumed it to be.
You know what reminds me? I'm sorry. You know what reminds me of Tracy Chapman song? I can't remember what it's called. Something like Last Night I Heard the Screaming. That song's about domestic violence and of a person that had heard domestic violence but done nothing about it, and then obviously how you feel at the end of it. So from me hearing that song from when I was very young, because that album came out in '84, so you know, like I was young. I wasn't even born, guys. When that song came out, obviously hearing from young, like it's always stuck in my head, that song, like, always stuck in my head. So I feel like 100% it is your duty as a human being to do something when you see or hear someone else being hurt. Okay. It's your duty. Yeah, mind your business. That doesn't mean you have to.
Difference if you hear someone screaming asking for help.
I mean, if there's asking for help, that's different, isn't it? But if I can't tell, sorry.
She had a black eye or something, and I saw my next door neighbour come with a black eye. I would feel like I would say something. I would say something to her. I'd ask her if she's alright, blah blah. I wouldn't then get involved and try and talk to her man, chat her man, because more time, even when you see people get beat up on the street with their boyfriends or whatever, you try and help the woman starts attacking you. I've seen it loads of times happen. So it's just like,
so until she's ready to deal with the issue, that's why I would mind my business until you're ready, so I wouldn't mind, waste my energy.
You ask if they're all right. That's all you can do. First of all, ask if they're all right, because it happens a lot. To be fair, like I know of somebody that has actually been physically abused on the train by their partner, and nobody done anything. Not even one person turned around and was like, "Are you alright?" And he's been like ripping her hair to the floor, kicking her, screaming, shouting her, calling her all different names and all this kind of stuff. And nobody on the whole tube did anything. It wasn't a packed tube,
crazy.
but nobody did anything. Crazy. And it is that kind of case of like, "Oh, I'll mind my business. It's nothing to do with me." That mentality is wrong when it comes to exactly. And I know like you can, like I said, you can get into a situation where the woman might turn around and be like, "Oh, F off," or whatever, like, do you know what I mean? She could really kind of get on at you for trying to be involved.
So would you call the police on hearing abuse going on?
No.
Do you understand? You're hearing the neighbours fight and argue and whatnot. You're hearing tumbling and a lot of noise, which could be them really fighting. Would you call the police?
I would let the police be aware. I'm not calling 999 because it's not an emergency. Okay.
Okay, what happens oftentimes is that the police are aware of that particular house and the domestic violence, and they can't do nothing about it until the lady's ready to report. So what you're doing now is using your energy on something that somebody doesn't even want you
but
to.
You know what? It's being reported, so I'm hoping that when you report something to the police, it gets reported.
Yeah.
So if, say for instance, she's got to go to court, she's got to do something, at least even if it's not recorded from her, it's recorded from other people to say, you know what, it has actually happened.
Some
Someone
women are
else is
actually really
witnesses.
scared, especially like the police will come sometimes. That's their job, they don't do anything wrong. And say, do you want to press charges? My man's there. He's right there. Do you understand me? And she knows what will happen if he gets arrested. Because we've got to be real. He's going to be bailed.
Yeah.
They're not going to remand him.
Yeah.
And then she's scared, so she's like, no. So a few weeks ago, my daughter had an incident. She was about 2 o'clock in the morning, and the door was knocking. So she's like, who's knocking on my door this time of night? Bang, bang, bang. She comes to look for her people, and she sees a child crying. She opens the door, and there was like a 7-year-old child. So the child was dishevelled, hair ripped, and she said, please help me, my stepdad's killing my mum. So this door was right opposite her. She could hear screaming. My daughter was like, okay, what should I do? Should I call the police or call the police? She took the child in, and she thought, let me just wait and see if it stops. It went on for about 5 minutes. Screamed to my daughter, called the police. So now, about 2 minutes later, the woman comes, bangs down my daughter's door, and she's like, give me my child. So my daughter gave her charge. She goes, okay. She goes, why are you calling the police? She goes, first of all, your daughter's outside my door. She's dishevelled. She looks like she's been assaulted. She's saying, hurry up, please call the police because my mum's getting killed. Mum, the woman's fucked up. Her eye, her lip, her nose. And she's saying, mind your own business. You should not call the police. Why are you calling the police? He's come out now, he's dragged her back by her hair into the house, full slam. So mother was like, what should I do? I don't know what to do. You know, this woman's gone in there.
I call the police, yeah.
You know, that she doesn't want the police. But there's a child now at risk, 100%. The child is dishevelled. The police came, she's saying to them, I'm not opening the door. The police said, you have to open the door, there's a child there. Yeah? They've gone in, they've arrested him. And she's angry with my daughter. My daughter called the police.
But your daughter did right, always.
You knocked on my door, do you understand? I was minding my own business. Your child's come out of the house. You didn't even notice when your child came out of the house. She's been out here for X amount of minutes. She could have run down the stairs, she could have left the block. Do you understand? So in this situation, I think my daughter's done the right thing.
She completely did the right thing because if it so happens, something so bad was to happen, say for instance, he was on a rampage, he was threatening the child in the house, and the child's been able to escape. If that was that situation, the woman would be like, thank you so much for looking after my daughter. Like, you would want somebody to try and protect your child. If it's not you, then the fact that your daughter was protecting someone else's child, like, that in itself just, like, yeah, it's 100% right, 100% right.
This is going on. You can't really think. Like, the woman might have been in a lot of stress and she was trying to fight off the husband. Later, yeah, she would take him down the line when she's back to her senses. Like, us as individuals, we should put forth as much as we can. To be honest, it doesn't matter if we're butting into these, because in the end, we're trying to help.
The intention is there, that's good. Yeah, it's good. It's only good intentions. And that's the same way, like, if somebody did say something to you or swore at you after helping, that shouldn't put you off from helping somebody else. It didn't hurt you, really, did it? I mean, if someone tries to attack you or whatever after it, then yeah, like, but still, your intention is right. It's always right to try and help somebody. Because if you were in that situation and nobody helped you, how would you feel? Do you know what I mean? Even if you weren't screaming out for help from somebody, for the fact that somebody else noticed it and told him or showed him or her in that moment that that's wrong, that's not acceptable, that's something that leaves it, that's something left with him, a stamp in his head as well, that he's going, you know what, actually, probably shouldn't do that, at least in public. Yeah. I've got a question.
So we like, for our viewers, and since they see that a lot of us that are standing around here are Muslim, how would we handle domestic violence within the Muslim community?
I've got a question about as non-Muslims.
So, if there are Muslim women that are experiencing domestic violence, I don't really hear many of us Muslims discussing it. Many have said we should just get a divorce or just end it like that, but she might need further help, so how would she then proceed? It's an open question, so anyway.
I feel like obviously there's a kind of, it's like we said before, there's a stigma there being Muslim, like you should kind of try to stay with your husband, try and keep the family, whatever, but at the end of the day it's domestic abuse. regardless of your religion. The religion is your personal thing anyway.
Okay, yeah.
So it's yeah.
There's just an extra step of trying to make things work out with the person like specified.
Yeah, but I feel that's wrong. I feel like scrap that. Like I don't feel like because you're a Muslim woman and you should have like. You should try and keep the same man that you've got from the first time you had him.
We have that as women anyway, period.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to put up with that. Like, I mean, like, well, non-Muslim, I don't think that there's that much pressure on them to keep in a relationship.
I feel like we have this stigma of ride or die. You stay with your man. At least in the Caribbean home, you stay with your man, even if he is the worst.
Yeah.
Birthday.
On my line asking me to come chill, but I'm trying to call my girl, she kinda fets with me still. A little break now from Barney kind of affecting my chill, so I hit memory lane to try and remember the